The upfitter switches on the Bronco have been giving me issues for a while now, so I was excited when I learned about Blaze Off-Road. This is the easiest electrical install that I have ever done, and paired with the Garmin power switch and Baja design lights is a far better lighting setup than I could have ever dreamed of. So let's go over the install and review of this entire lighting setup. Before we get into this video, I want to say that Baja Designs and Blaze Off-Road provided me with all these products. They did not require me to make a dedicated video like I'm making right now. I love these products and I love the idea behind Blaze Off-Road and what they're doing. I've always been a fanboy of Baja Designs, so it's something I wanted to share with you. So this is just me talking to you guys. This is not a requirement of these companies that I'm working with. So electrical work is easily my least favorite thing to do on my Bronco. But today I'm really excited about it because I have this Blaze Off-Road kit featuring a Garmin power switch that should make the whole process so much easier than it ever has been. So today we're gonna get this all wired up, as well as some new lights I got from Baja Designs. And hopefully at the end of the day I won't cry myself to sleep. As with any install that interacts with the electrical system of your vehicle, step one is to disable that system by removing the ground terminal and ensuring that it will not ground to anything accidentally. So Blaze makes their own mounting kit for the Garmin power switch. It's really, really nice. There's a 13mm bolt that sits behind the fuse panel, which this is slotted, so you can just loosen it a little bit and slide this right into place. And then on the other side, this is threaded, and you can see this big cutout right here in between two of the small grounds that's on the firewall. This will sit below that and then thread the provided bolt into it, and that's all there is to mounting the power switch. It's fall in the P&W, which means there's literally always a blower running, so I do apologize for that. So now it's time to wire the Garmin power switch to the battery. What's really nice about the Blaze system is everything is like cut specifically for a vehicle, so there's not like a ton of excess cable that needs to be ran. Next thing we gotta do is install this terminal fuse. I gotta be honest, I'm not thrilled with the way that this is mounting with my setup, but this is kind of what I gotta do for now until I get some new terminals. So what I need to do is get some SHQ terminals and replace this entire system with that. But for now, this is what I got. It should work for a while. Actually, it should just work. It's just not an ideal setup, but this will be fine for now. Okay, so now we have to run the negatives. We're gonna run both of them to the negative terminal, and then one ground is gonna go right here to the Garmin itself, and then the other is gonna go to this bus bar right here. So the way that works is all the leads of the accessories are going to mount in these locations, and then all the grounds are going to mount right there. So let's get all the ground stuff wired up. The thinner of the ground cables provided in the Blaze kit is going to run to the Garmin power switch. The thicker one is going to run to the bus bar from the battery. Definitely going to fix this at a future date with some SHQ terminals, but for now we're good. So I have the Garmin power switch app and then the Garmin power switch itself right here. I'm going to press pair. Sorry, I'm going to hold pair. Now it's flashing blue. Connecting. And now it's connected. So now I have all these switches. You can see power switch 1 just turned on, 4, 5, 6. So that easy. Now I control everything from my phone. I have Apple CarPlay as well, so this will actually show up on that. I can control it from my infotainment screen in there. So now let's get some lights wired up. All right, so I'm gonna get these lights wired up real quick. I'm not gonna film all of it, but there is some stuff that I wanted to show you. So the Blaze off-road stuff is super, super cool because the Garmin power switch has relays all set up in it already. So what Blaze does is they make these custom harnesses. These are labeled, so these go to the ditch lights. And then they're already at like pre-cut lengths, right? So this will go to the driver's side, and then this will go to the passenger side. You have the connection type for the Squadron Pros that I'm running. So I have another harness like that that will go to the fog lights, but then I have this as well, which will go to the roof lights. All I have to do is wire this thing up, plug this into the roof lights, and they're good to go. So just a really, really cool system, and I'm so excited to get this all hooked up and going. There we go. I have these on the second terminal. Whew. Heck yeah. Oh man, I can't believe how easy that is. That's incredible. All right, I'm gonna get the rest of these things wired up and then we'll check back in. So there it is, install complete. That was the best electrical install I have ever done. Blaze Off-Road made it so freaking easy to wire everything up. I'm a huge fan of Baja designs, so I'm really excited to test those out. But definitely go check out Blaze Off-Road. I really, really like their product. Everything was cut like the perfect length. Pairing that with a Garmin power switch makes it just so simple to wire everything up. Getting rid of the relays in the electrical system is awesome. All of that, like I said, is contained in the power switch itself. So it's like, oh, the wiring is so simple and clean, and just, I really, really like it. Huge fan. I have all these Baja lights on here now. The Baja Design Squadron Pros and fog lights, Squadron Pros on the A-pillars, and then an XL linkable light bar up top. I'm about to go on a trip. I'm gonna test those out, and I'll kind of pick this video back up after that trip so I can tell you what I thought about the lights and the whole system and all that. I am back from my trip, and I am so pleased with this lighting setup. So like I said, I have Squadron Pros in the fog pockets. I have Squadron Pros as the ditch lights, and then I have the XL linkable light bar up top, which is 6 XL Sports. It was a phenomenal combination for exploring at night and trying to find a campsite. When I got to the area that I wanted to explore, sun was going down, and I was like, okay, crap, it's gonna be difficult to find a campsite. But it wasn't that difficult with all the lights that I had. Between, we'll go over each of them individually, but between the ditch lights and then the roof lights, which has spotlights in the middle, a combo just outside of that, and on the very outside it has the cornering lights. So I had like a huge area of coverage of the light, so I could see almost everything. Really, really, really good setup, and I'm very pleased with it. So all of Baja Design's lights are IP69K, which means they're waterproof, submersible, and you can pressure wash them. So let's start with the Squadron Pros. The Squadron Pros have a raw lumen rating of just under 4,100 lumens. The effective rating is once that LED passes through, or once the light passes through the optic or the lens, essentially how many lumens do you have left after that? So a raw lumen count of 4,095, and then an effective lumen count of 3,708. So you do lose a little bit through that lens. That's applicable to all lighting, not just Baja Designs. I think it's really cool that they give you that effective lumen rating in addition to the raw lumen rating. They also have this thing called the effective lighting score, which is super cool. It gives you everything you need in like 4 different numbers. So you have the blend angle, the blendability, the distance rating, and then the lumen rating. So for the Squadron Pros, your blend angle is 122 degrees. Your blendability is 7.2, and that's a scale from 1 to 10. Essentially what it's rating is the blendability from the light to dark. So as you're in the middle, that's a really smooth gradient. If you're closer to 1 or 2, then it's a really, really sharp cutoff. And then if you're, 9, 10 up there, it's a super wide angle. It doesn't throw light as far, and it just blends even more seamlessly with into the dark. So that's what that rating is. 7.2 for the Squadrons means there's a little bit of blending into the darkness. So for the fogs and for the ditch lights, I'm running amber lights, something I really like to have, especially lower down. It just really helps with clarity and in different types of scenarios, dust, rain, snow. I like them just driving around because it helps me see road imperfections a little bit better. I really, really like having amber. So the temperature for the amber of the Baja Designs is 3,000 Kelvin. And then for the clear, like I have on the roof, that's 5,000 Kelvin. 6,000 Kelvin is when you start to see a bit of that bluing. So in my headlights, it's actually 6,000 Kelvin, and you can see a little bit of that blue ring on the top. 5,000 Kelvin is really clear, no bluing, no yellowing, it's perfectly in the middle. And then that 3,000 Kelvin in the amber is kind of warm tones, and it really helps cut through the fog and dust and rain and stuff like that. So for the XL linkable light bar, there are 6 XL Sports in there. All 6 of them together means it has a 19,000 lumen output on that light bar. It throws light real good. Baja Design offers 3 different lenses for their lights. So with the 6 XL linkable light bar, I get 2 of each of them essentially. So right in the middle, I have the spot lights. Just outside of that, I have the combo, so a spot cornering light. And then on the very outside, I have the cornering lights, which means it's a very wide spread. So in the light bar itself covers a really large area, and having it that far up is quite nice as well, because it throws the light so far. So the one thing I will say need to work on with the light bar is it's hard to adjust it correctly. To be honest, the reason it's kind of a struggle to adjust right now is the brackets that I got from TrailRax to actually mount it aren't designed for this linkable light bar specifically, like not for a pod like that. So it doesn't actually raise it high enough off the roof or away from those crossbars to be able to get that curvature. Because a light bar like that, the good thing about it is you can, rather than it just being flat, you can have a curve to it, and then it covers more area in front of you. Right now I can't do that because I can't get them up high enough to clear that front crossbar. So I want to work on that a little bit and raise that up so I can actually adjust it correctly, because it's a little bit, the mounts that I have currently are limiting, but the way it's mounted right now still throws light super far and gives me a pretty good spread. All in all, I am very happy with this setup. As far as the blaze system is concerned, I did not think about it, honestly, after installing it, which I think is the highest compliment. If you're running the factory harnesses, I always have issues with relays falling off and then the lights don't work. So you have to pop the hood, find out which relay fell apart, plug it back in, and then it's good to go until you hit the next big bump and it falls out again. With the Blaze off-road system, that's not a concern at all. They work every time I reach for the button. Combine that with the Garmin power switch, which integrates into CarPlay. It was so good. So another thing I really liked about this whole Blaze Off-Road and Garmin power switch lighting setup is the ignition doesn't have to be on for me to turn the auxiliary lights on. So if you're using the upfitter switches, the ignition has to be on in order for those to work, which honestly has always been a gripe of mine. It's really annoying that they don't just turn on. But this bypasses that entire system, so you can turn them on whenever. For example, the Bronco's not on right now, and I have complete control over them with, yeah, those are bright. I have complete control over them with the Garmin app. If you're sitting up in your tent and you hear something and you're like, oh, I kind of want to see what that is, I can control all the lights from my phone, so I don't have to like just kind of peek out and hope I can see something or carry a flashlight up there. I always do, but all the same, I could just click on the lights from the app and see everything very clearly because Baja Designs is awesome. So if you can't tell, I'm super pumped on this setup. It's kind of like a dream lighting setup for me as far as the Baja Designs and stuff like that. I recently learned about Blaze Off-Road and they were just like, it's the best thing. I don't think I'll ever do an electrical project without Blaze Off-Road. Like, they just made it so easy, and electrical work is my least favorite thing in the world. And I actually enjoyed myself during this setup because it was so simple. Anyways, I hope this helped. Definitely go check out these different companies. I'll link Blaze Off-Road and Baja Designs in the description below. Great companies, great product, great people. And yeah, I'm so freaking thrilled with this setup. So until next time, I hope you're able to get off the grid and off the grind. I'll see you in the next one.